Hello and welcome to the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Tuesday, January the 27th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get in, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Okay, before we take a look at the stocks that I traded today, kind of a very interesting day. Let's see, let's get onto the 15-minute chart for the SPY. And you can see that we had just a big downturn in the market. A lot of it was brought on because of Microsoft. Microsoft had, I don't know if the earnings were that bad, but the market perceived them to be that bad. A lot of it might have to do with the fact that the U.S. dollar is so strong, so that the Microsoft sales overseas, the rest of the world aren't as great because of the strong U.S. dollar. And you know what? We might have to watch Apple for the same reason. I mean, Apple's usually, people are predicting that Apple's going to have, great earnings again, revenue, etc. But, they get a lot of their revenue overseas too. So have to see what happens with Apple. But Microsoft, for a stock like Microsoft to get to drop $4 is quite unbelievable. So, we'll get to Microsoft, which I tried to trade about four times today. But here's the SPY, and all of a sudden we put in a nice bottom. And I think the market was down about 300 points at this point at this time. And here's a nice beautiful rally, and here's where you can make money. So even though I kept looking over at the Dow and it was down 150, 140, 160, whatever, it just didn't feel that way because it was in the process of rallying. And so that's where a lot of the money was made. Some of the trades that I was in, that's where I took them. However, let's take a look at Microsoft, and I am still in a trade. Let's see if it's doing what I want it to do. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm superstitious after yesterday watching, when I was in a trade and it popped up. I'm hoping that this one can, keep going above 51. I'm in at 50.56, so we'll have to see what happens. But first, let's take a look at Microsoft. And boy, how many times? I think I traded it four times. I don't want to go over every single trade, but the first one, we're trying to find a bottom, and to me, Microsoft was the beautiful type of trade potential reversal that you want because obviously Microsoft is not going out of business. It's not like sometimes when a company is way down in the pre-market, there's a reason for it. Something catastrophic might have happened. Well, again, Microsoft is not going out of business, so. We were watching, I was watching this one, stalking it really hard. And, it was just too choppy. I mean, you can see here, chop, chop, a little pop up, but then chop down, and a big bar coming down. So on this bar, though, when it looked like it put in a bottom and it was over the whole number, I took the trade at 42.32 and I got out some at 42.50. What is it now? It's hard to see in the chart. 42.52, and then I sold it again right at flat 42.32. Watch it come back down, and then got in it again at 42.50. Sold some here at 42.70. Got out here again just for pennies. Okay. And then I don't have it marked here, but I got in at 43.05 right on this candle here, chopped around so much. Now it made it up to 43.21. I was hoping, okay, maybe this is it, but it was not to be. And I sold the last part out for a loss at 42.98, right when it broke down through $43. And I think there was another time I traded it, and I haven't marked here. I think I got in at 42.40, and I exited at 42.40. So pretty frustrating. It just didn't have any like really good follow through. So that was Microsoft. So I'll scratch that one. Now, Com was an interesting one. And Com was, now you don't see it here, but it was on my strong trades for the day, above the open, above the close, above yesterday's high, and also it came on, and I traded it twice actually. And fortunately, I got shook out of it the first time. A bit of a chase here. I'm sorry, we're on 15-minute charts. So let me go to the 5-minute charts where this got marked up. So right here. So, yes, this was a chase, but I took it over the whole number. That's hard to see here, but this is 2406. Again, strong stock from this particular window. It was indicated there was a strong stock, and so I took the trade at again, it's hard to see. I'm just going to have to read it here. 2406. And I exited the first half at 2427, and then it really dropped. And I actually exited the second half for a little loss at 2403. So 2406 I was in, 2427, exited this at 2403, and it kind of shook me out, as you can see. But then it just resumed, and unfortunately I missed this. But a little bit choppy. But it did. Right here would have been a good entry, but I was looking at a lot of things at this point probably. But I did take it again here, and when it on this curl up and above these highs here, and so I took the trade at 25.40, and let's see, make sure that's right. Yeah, 25.40. Exited the first half right here at 25.79, hoping that it would maybe approach the 26 level. And but as it was falling, I exited at 25.63. So again, 25.40, 25.79, 25.63, and then it really fell. And looked like right here it was going to, it put in a bottom and it looked like it was going to pop up. I think a couple of people may have taken it right there, but then it kind of fell down and now it's, challenging the whole number again. KS. KS was a, where was I in KS? KS was a bounce play. You can see, I was watching it. It didn't come on my traditional bounce. I probably was on one of my, in fact, it was probably on one of these, on below the open, below the close, below yesterday's low. And I was watching it then, caught the bounce right here, right above the whole number. This was actually pretty good because you can see here, there's 30 right there. And right there is 29.95. And so it held, it looked like it was going to hold the whole number. And so I got in right here at, actually on this candle right there at 30.05. And then almost immediately, in fact, I think I was typing it in, it just popped up 30.21. I got out half of it at 30.25, the first half at 30.25. This is not marked out well. This arrow should be right up there at 30.30. I got out the second half at 30.30. And then you see it chopped right back down, and I missed this. I mean, again, this would have been a nice little entry, except it pulled back again, but maybe right over here at 30.30 would have been a nice entry. And it has, made a nice move up. But, not bad, but, nothing great. I wish I'd had the sustained, like instead of this, of course, would have rather had that all the way. But, I don't always get what you want. Let me just check LCI again. Make sure that yeah, okay. Kind of hoping for it to, almost did. I'm kind of hoping for it to make 50, get up to 51.56. Dennis in the room is telling me that I always seem to get at least one trade of the day that makes $1 for me. And so that's what it would have to do to get up to 56. But we'll see. Still have an hour and 15 minutes left in the market. And let's see, I think that, AOS, right, AOS. Oh, this was a really interesting one. Oh boy, yeah. AOS came down. I mean, it was a strong stock, and I actually think, if my memory serves me right, if I go to 59, no, I had to do a reboot, so it's not going to show it, but I think AOS hit an all-time high here, and then it came back down, and then I missed this. I mean, this is the one that I really wish I had. Right at the whole number. Take it right at, well, it would have been a bit of a fairly large stop. I mean, for me, 20 cents or so, depending how fast this candle moved. But this was a beautiful move up, and then it again challenged this whole number of 58 again, and ended up taking, came back up. I ended up taking the trade at let's see, 58.22, right here at 58.22, and I ended up selling right. I don't have it marked at 58.30, and because that's right. I was really hoping that this was going to, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, I traded a few times today. I got greedy on this one. And instead of getting out of it around here or even here, I was really hoping for this one to keep going. And so I let it, instead of selling even half here, I watched it as it was coming down. And so I exited on this candle here. So got in right around here. I'm sorry, I don't have, this is wrong. This should be over here. I must have marked this up on a different time frame, but this arrow should be right there. There's my entry, and there's my exit right there at 58.30. And now you can see that it is really zoomed up again and went through 59, which is another all-time high. I know I almost took it right here, but I missed it. And so let's take a look at LCI. Let's see if it's still, yeah, okay, 51.18. Well, it looks good. It looks like it's trying to hold 51 for sure. No reason for me to sell it right now, so I'm going to hold on. The only other one I want to take a look at is PKG. In the pre-market, it was Microsoft, Caterpillar, PKG was another one that I was looking at as a potential reversal. A little too choppy for me, though I know some people took it, and I'm really glad they did. And they thanked me, I guess, for posting about it but it was just a little too choppy for me to take. But it's done I think some people might have taken it at 74.25, and look at that. I mean, they could have got it out at near 77 anyway. So there it is. Now, one other one maybe to take a look at. Oops, that's the wrong MIFI. This may be a swing candidate. This is actually on my best 10 list right at the top. But you see, it didn't really it didn't trade enough. I mean, it's only up 21 cents. It didn't really give me a good day trade. But Dan Merkin, our CEO, popped into the room and he had a chart that suggested that this might be a good swing trade. And if you take a look at say the weekly on it, actually, let's get down to the quarterly. And yeah, you can see here, I mean, up here, $9. So it has the looks of something, here's the pullback, and then it's a little bit of pullback yesterday, and then a pop through all this. So this is something that I'm not sure it's a great day trader, but if you're interested in looking at a swing trade, this might be something that you could definitely take a look at this evening, and if you can get comfortable with it, it might be a good opportunity to swing. So that's it. Let me just again take a look at my good 51.23, getting closer to my dollar. I know Dennis will be happy if I do. Let me just bring up the 5-minute candle on it. Yeah, looking good. This really might give me a dollar on the back half. Okay, so that's it. Survived the storm. It's still snowing like crazy in Boston, but didn't get quite the weather that we thought we would. Neither did New York. There was some talk that maybe Wall Street wouldn't open today, but it wasn't as bad as they thought it would be. So, uh, okay, that is it. Just want to bring back the cover page. Here's how to get into the room, and I hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow.